What's going on, ladies and gents? This is episode 5 of the Draft Wars in TEW IX. I'm BT Savage, and obviously we've got MAXHITMATT here. And on this episode, we got another Raw and another SmackDown. That is going to be absolutely huge. On my side, I've got the Ric Flair and Shelton Benjamin face-to-face promo battle. I've got Shawn Michaels versus Rob Conway, and I've got the Scott Steiner Open Challenge, just to name a few things on my SmackDown. And then Matt, what do we?
Man, Raw is
teaser for Raw, maybe.
Raw is going to be huge. We got Matt Hardy taking on Booker T. We got John Cena and Christian face to face. We got an Edge match. He said he wants to put his title on the line. He wants to be a fighting champion. So we got an Edge match. Of course, in our main event, we got Eddie Guerrero taking on the Big Show non-title match. Gonna be absolutely huge, man. I cannot wait. This save has been incredible. The support on this save has been amazing. Episode 1's at nearly 450 views, so I appreciate it so much. Appreciate the support. BT, let's get into it. What do you reckon?
Let's go.
Alright, we're here with Monday Night Raw. Monday, the 3rd of March, 2004. We're here in a sold-out Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And BT, what way to kick it off other than The Rock? Finally.
Rock, the people's champ.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Minnesota. Anyway, he opens the show and he calls out Bischoff. Says, Bischoff, I got something to say. I got something to say to you. You know what I mean? We need to talk about me having a match. We need to talk about me getting in this ring in front of these people. So get out here now. Bischoff comes out. He's back and better than ever. And basically, The Rock says, I want a match with JBL. JBL says I ruined his moment, but I created the people's moment. Big pop, of course, you know. I'm not going to do a Rock promo. I'm not going to do it. But anyway, I won't do the Rock promo justice like BT does a Ric Flair promo. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, he wants a match with JBL. Eric Bischoff said, you know what? JBL did mention that he's not going to announce anything till he gets his hands on you. At Bad Blood, the match is set. Your return match, Rock. JBL versus The Rock at Bad Blood. We can't wait. That's going to be next month. Oh my god, people are excited. Yes, The Rock is going to be in action. We get an 83 for this. Yeah, it's okay. Commentary, you know, we suffer a little bit. But it is what it is, right?
It's what it is.
We then kick off with Edge's open challenge. No, not really. I don't know. His title is fighting champion match, and he defeats a one-night return of X-Pac, and he wins with the Educator. Oh yeah. But Edge makes defense number 1, 76 for Edge, 53 for X-Pac, 78 rated match. I will take that any day. The good stuff there by Edge. Honestly, face Edge in TW9 is working.
For now.
We then have an 87 rated segment as Eddie Guerrero says he realizes the target on his back. Tonight he's got the Big Show. Chris Jericho's already made it very clear he wants that title, despite the respect amongst each other. And Kane, I mean, he's been on a warpath. Yeah, I'm sure he wants that gold as well. So Eddie Guerrero's sort of really feeling, hey, I had all these friends before I had them. You know, not the Kane and Big Show, but like, I didn't feel so targeted when I didn't have this title. You know what I mean? 87 there. But Eddie says, you know what, bring it all on. Like, I'm here to defend the title. I'm not here to cower away at the same time. Hence, his match with the Big Show tonight in the main event. We then get a 44. Okay, alright. Not a great match, but Nydia does pick up a pinfall victory on Molly Holly. The demise of Molly Holly is coming, BT. I think she's gonna crash out.
Oh, well, look, not to mention that it's not like anyone had Nydia before randomly and never used them. It's just Nydia just suddenly is here and just wins.
Yeah. For those that have seen episode 1 know that Nydia is on BT's brand, was on BT's brand. He wasn't going to use her, so she came over to Raw. But then we get a promo from the Big Show. Not a very good promo by Big Show, but he says that Eddie Guerrero will be crushed by the hands of the Big Show tonight in the main event. He's going to prove why he should become World Heavyweight Champion. Sorry, I got a message at the same time. Cool. All right. 67 is not bad. I will take that. 100%. And I think he says that at the end. I think that's his new thing that he does. We then get sort of backstage. Eric Bischoff wants Booker T to win tonight. He says that the Hardys don't belong here. People say they're this upper echelon talent. I don't see it, Booker. I think you're an upper echelon talent, not these guys. These guys started in a backyard. They don't get it. They're not world championship material, and you are. That's why I put you in the match at Backlash. You are that upper echelon, not Matt Hardy. Booker T says, I got no problem kicking his ass. I got no problem kicking Jeff's ass. I don't care who it is. Booker T's like kind of on his revenge tour. He really is.
He doesn't care what he has to do, bro.
Yeah, 65 though. We'll take it. Here we go. That's crazy. We then get an 80 rated match as Chris Jericho defeats Doug Basham with a Lion Salt. 88 for Jericho, 48 for Basham. This was really just a match. And, obviously Basham is one half of the tag team champions, but this is a match really just to showcase Chris Jericho more than anything. And perfectly done, right? He got an 80. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We then get Eric Bischoff tell Nydia that she has a women's championship contendership. Whoa, women's? Yeah, that. Next week on Raw. That gets a 64. We don't know who she's going up against, but that gets a 64. That's not bad. That's actually not terrible. Like, that could have done a lot worse. We move on. We get a 75 as Chris Jericho feels that he's not finished with Kane yet. He knows tensions are there. Jericho got the win over Kane at Backlash. That didn't sit well with Kane. But he also knows that he wants that world title, that world heavyweight championship. He made it very clear to Eddie. Eddie made it very clear earlier on in the night. So I'm sure at some point that's going to come to a head. This gets a 75. It's also Jericho just talking about his victory over Doug Basham. Maybe calls him a jabroni, something like that. 75, not bad.
An ass clown.
An ass clown, yeah, or an ass hat or something, yeah. Booker T gets a big win over Matt Hardy, a clean win, by the way, over Matt Hardy. 66 for Matt Hardy, 71 for Booker T. Wins with the bookend in about 15 minutes. A 74 rated match. This is the type of matches Raw needs. This is what we need. I mean, RVD and Kane, I'm going to talk about this forever. That was just setting. 74.
You're never going to get over that.
I'll never get over it, but 74, we'll take it. We then have backstage The Rock just meeting up with Edge, and he just congratulates him on the IC title win and defending it tonight against X-Pac. And he says, if you ever need anything, I'm just a call away. Edge thanks him. Says, you know what, you got enough on your plate with JBL. And The Rock kind of just goes, don't worry about that, jabroni. I'm going to kick his ass. Come bad blood. Don't worry about him. So, just a little something here. Just, if The Rock's here, I may as well do something else with him tonight. You know what I mean?
Oh, exactly.
We kind of cut away from that quickly, and Kane is backstage attacking Jericho. He throws him into some production cases. Like the what would you call it? Like the crew, the road crew, like those boxes. You know what I'm talking about. And then choke slams him through a table, leaving Chris Jericho down and out. Kane is seething from his loss at Backlash.
He's seething. He's angry, and he's ready to get his revenge.
Good, man. He should. We then get into a match where Rob Van Dam has an amazing performance. 87 for RVD as he takes on a called up, just for the night, Mike Knox, and he wins with the Van Terminator. 69 rated match. Only a 22 for Mike Knox. There's a carry job there from RVD if I've ever seen one.
Oh, look, bro. RVD just doing his thing. Mike Knox, bro. Shout to that Mike Knox, man, bro.
Yeah, 100%. What's wrong with Mike Knox?
I don't know, bro. I don't know why I said it like that, bro.
69 is not bad. We then get the face-to-face between Cena and Christian. We've been hyping it up tonight. We've been hyping it up last week, etc. But get face-to-face. Christian says, I want one more match with you, John. I want a one-on-one match. No tag team. No nothing. You and me, one-on-one. Bischoff's already okayed it. I'm telling you, face-to-face, I want you a Bad Blood. Christian versus John Cena. Cena says, I'm not going to say no to that. You know, Cena says, I beat you once, I can beat you before. Christian, you know, that just makes him pissed. Looks around the crowd, he's pissed. A bit of back and forth there between those two. You know how it goes. Cena maybe trying to make fun of him in front of Trish and trying to say, you know, Trish was trying to hit on me, then, you know, you came down and she tried to low blow me, you know, like all of these sort of things. And then it happens again, BT, but this time she succeeds. Stratus low blows Cena. They walk out of the ring laughing as Cena's pretty much crying in pain. The Cena.
Hard to blame him, bro.
Cena getting the work over, I suppose. We'll say that. 84 rated segment, man. That's huge. Cena obviously doing really well. Christian did underperform, but that's okay. But Stratus doing well as well. This is a great pairing between these three. I love to see it.
Love that.
We then get into our main event where Eddie Guerrero defeats the Big Show by countout. Here's a bit of a cheap win. We get a ref bump and a title shot. So Big Show goes to chokeslam Eddie. He gets out of it, falls back onto the referee. So referee is out. Eddie Guerrero doesn't know what to do, right? Kind of gets out of the ring, grabs his title, and hits Big Show on the outside of the ring. The problem is he's knocked the Big Show out. He has knocked the Big Show. He can't lift him to get him back into the ring. So Eddie wins by countout in 12.5 minutes against the Big Show in our main event of Raw. And it gets a 77, so I will take it. 93, by the way, for Eddie. This man...
He's just hard carrying, man. He's hard carrying.
Oh man, what a show. We finish up on a 71. We really need to get those storylines, and that's from both of us. We really need to get those storylines hyped up. I think this deserves better than a 71, in my opinion. So this is really hurting us here. Got to get onto that. But honestly, not a bad show. I think we should run over to SmackDown. It's going to be absolutely hype. What do you reckon, BT?
Let's do it, man. And we are here with my SmackDown in the Comcast Arena in Everett, Washington, in front of 7,722 people as we kick off tonight's show with Triple H by himself, no evolution by his side, and he talks about last week. He said, obviously, if you didn't see last week's main event, the tag team match, Triple H sort of walked out in the end of that main event. And Triple H says, you know what? I didn't really want to be part of that main event last week. I knew things were a little sketchy. I knew that some things were up. And Benoit, he really wanted to get to me, man. But, you know, as the King of Kings, the cerebral assassin, I'm always one step ahead of Benoit. You know, I'm going to keep myself fresh and look ahead to Judgment Day when I will become champion. And Benoit can keep chasing me. Benoit can use all his energy to get to me. But it's not going to happen till Judgment Day when I kick his Canadian bucktooth-looking ass.
God damn.
There we go, Trips, bro. 79 rated promo.
Man, that's a decent start. That is a decent start.
Decent start. Hopefully we can... oh, here we go. The Steiner Open Challenge. And as we can see, Scott Steiner picks up the win here with the Steiner Screwdriver, which was a failure. Kind of like Steiner's whole W run.
Yeah.
Also, if you can see here, we got Dawn Marie paired up we've got Steiner. Steiner's got a freak. He's got the freaks, man. He's got the ultimate freak, Dawn Marie, with him. So that gets to 61, 60 for both men here.
Oh shit! SmackDown is unhinged.
This is fucked. You know, Jamie Noble. It's on tonight. I already know. I'm gonna be announced for that Cruiserweight title fatal 4-way match of Judgment Day. Stephanie, say it now, Steph. And then Steph's like, yeah, look, not tonight, Jamie Noble. I apologize. And Jamie Noble's upset, man. He's upset. He's crying. He's crying downstairs, bro. I don't know what to say. 69 rated. Oh shit, here we go.
Oh right. No, it didn't actually go that well.
Well, look, bro, there's only one person to blame for that one, and it's it's the failure of the creative angle.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
So we got Ric Flair, we got Shelton Benjamin. Obviously, these two will face each other at Judgment Day for that United States title. They could get to a face-to-face promo, and Ric Flair's like, Shelton, I respect you, kid. I've seen your work for a while, and I must say, you're potentially the future here on SmackDown. You're potentially the future here in WWE. But kid, do you realize who you're looking at right now? You're looking at the Nature Boy. The man who's styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, willing dealing, son of a gun. You're looking at the dirtiest player in the game. And you're looking at a man who's had more championships, more title reigns than you've had women in your lifetime. You don't have the guts to beat the Nature Boy. You don't have the balls to beat Nature Boy. And Shelton Benjamin's like, hey, look, Rick, I'll admit, yeah, you're kind of cracking me up right now, man. Look, this is kind of almost a dream to be in the ring with the Nature Boy, but let's be real, Flair. This isn't 1984. This is 2004, Ric Flair. You're dealing with the next generation. You're dealing with a man who is faster, who's stronger, and has more of a brain than you, Ric Flair. And you know, Flair, the only thing you're holding right now is the jock straps of the rest of Evolution. You know. Evolution's the only way you're getting into limelight nowadays, Flair. You're not that good anymore, Rick. And Ric Flair's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You stupid son of a bitch. Do you know who I am? I'm the Nature Boy. You're just some fucking jabroni. You're some deadbeat piece of shit. Get out of my ring, you fucking piece of shit. And then Shelton Benjamin. And then Shelton just slaps Ric Flair. And Flair does a Flair flop, and Shelton gets out of the ring, and the promo's over. Oh no. Has Shelton Benjamin woken up a beast that he didn't need to wake up, man? Oh no. And I get to 67.
Jeez. Holy. What a promo.
That match is going to be so shit.
No, it'll be good. The match will be really good.
I hope so, bro. And then we get a little hype video here. Chris Benoit to main event next week's SmackDown. So stay tuned for that. Next episode, yeah. Yeah. Look, I don't know where I'm going with that.
Oh my god.
Oh, there we go. That's what we want to see. Shawn Michaels versus Rob Conway. Shawn Michaels picking up the win with the catching Sweet Chin music. I'd imagine Rob Conway goes for a double axe handle. And Shawn Michaels just bam! Sweet Chin music. Picks up the win. 86 rated match there. 91 for Shawn. 46 for Conway. Wow, so I guess Shawn's he's got revenge. He's done what Foley wanted him to do, I guess, you know. Got the win, mate. It's all over, guys. Oh, no, it's not. La Resistance after the match attacks Shawn Michaels. I'd imagine, Shawn sees, Grenier and Dupree hitting the ring. Shawn, one punch to Dupree, one punch to Grenier. Does the Shawn come back, and then Shawn, he kind of takes out two of the men. I guess obviously Conway gets up as well. Sean sets up the switch in music on, I want to say Grenier. He's sending up, and he's about to go for it. Dupree, bang, swings the steel chair into the leg of Shawn Michaels, and they just beat the ever-living hell out of Shawn Michaels, target the leg, and stand tall over the Heartbreak Kid at the end of the night there. Well, not the end of the night, but the end of the segment. 52 rated there.
That is,
yeah.
I mean, this is the thing with this whole storyline, right? The matches have been good, the angles are not so much. It's just, yeah, up and down, but it's intriguing. It's good booking. I like it. It's good storytelling.
Look, that's all I'm going for, bro. You know me. And we got a little hype backstage. Evolution are hyping up Randy Orton for tonight's main event. Randy Orton will be in the main event tonight against Rey Mysterio. So the boys backstage are hyping Randy Orton up, treating it like a big deal.
Yeah.
As it should be. It is a big deal. I get the 75 rated there. We move on to a decent match here. Hardcore Holly defeating Charlie Haas with the Alabama Slam. 75 rated match. 68 for Hardcore Holly. 62 for Charlie Haas. Good match.
That's a solid match, man. That's a really solid match.
And we got Stephanie McMahon announcing participant number 2 in the Fatal 4-Way Cruiserweight title match of Judgment Day. It's going to be Tajiri. There it is. So Ultimate Dragon and Tajiri are 2 of the 4 men in this ladder match for the title. Wonder who the next 2 will be. Surely it has to be Jamie Noble, right?
Has to be, right?
Has to be. And we go, oh, here we go. Main event Maven.
No, Stephanie McMahon was with me earlier, and she told me to wax my eyebrows.
And I refused.
Hey guys, Maven here.
Maven defeats Al Snow with an implosion. Don't tell me that's a real fucking finishing move.
It is.
No, I need evidence on that, bro, because that's a bad finisher right there, bro. 56 rated there.
Give him the
42
overdrive.
for Maven. I might have to, bro. Might have to. It's the best finisher in the biz. 58 for Al Snow. Another win for Maven. Maven's kind of he's been climbing on up the ladder these last couple weeks. We've seen Maven at his true peak here in 2004. And then we got Shawn Michaels. We see Shawn in the trainer's room here, being treated on by the doctors about his leg. And the doctors are telling him, and Shawn, you know, is this the part where it really hurts? And Shawn's like, yes, oh, my ankle, oh no, man. And the doctor's like, oh, it's not looking good, Shawn. It looks like you got a really bad sprained, potentially broken ankle, I can't lie. And Stephanie walks in, and Shawn's like, man, this is I want to get revenge on those snobs, on those cowards, on those slimy dirtbags, man. And Steph's...
I've been waiting so long to use that.
And Stephanie's like, Shawn, you're in real pain. You can't obviously compete for a little bit. Here's what I'll do. You know, I seen you and Foley last week. It's clear that you two getting along. You both have common enemies here. So if you know, call up Foley, get him onto SmackDown next week, and then I can maybe organize something. I know, Shawn. You know, I could say you shouldn't compete, and I can say you shouldn't do something, but you're not going to listen to me, Shawn. I know that for a fact. So you take the week off next week. Get Foley here on SmackDown. I'll talk to him. I'll get something maybe organized for Judgment Day, and we'll see where this goes. And that's kind of where we go there. 86 rated segment there, by the way. Is pretty decent.
That's huge. Absolutely huge.
We got Regal picking up a win against Billy Kidman here with the power to punch. 74 rated match there. 78 for Regal. 49 for Kidman. First sort of clean win here for Regal.
Somewhat, yeah.
Regal looks like he's not going to get any distractions here tonight. No darkening of the lights, no gongs, no.
Maybe
no
it was just
anything.
all in his head, man.
I think it was. As I said, I think Regal needs to just take his meds. I think he took his meds tonight, which is very good. And
That is proud of the Queen. He's good to go.
he's good to go. Good stuff. And then we go backstage here, Stephanie's office. Devon Dudley with Stephanie McMahon, and obviously Devon, one half of the tag champion. Stephanie says to Devon, "Look, you guys are scheduled for a tag team title match at Judgment Day. Bubba's injured at the moment. I'm just putting it out there, straight forward to the point. If Bubba cannot show up at Judgment Day, you will have to vacate the tag titles. You have to give up the tag titles. I know you don't want to do that, but we need active tag champions here on SmackDown." And Devon understands. He's sure that Bubba will somehow, some way show up at Judgment Day. So we'll see if that is the case. And we got a little hype video. Is following to appear on SmackDown? Tune in next week on SmackDown.
Yeah.
We go.
Oh, what a man.
And we got our main event of the evening as it is Ray versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton does pick up the win against Ray with an RKO, following an interference from Batista, though. Little tainted win, but Randy does get the win in the end. 87 for Ray and 63 for Randy Orton.
What a main event.
83 at the main event. That's a good main. Love that.
Rey Mysterio, absolute beast, by the way.
Beast.
There we go.
Oh.
There we
fuck.
go. We've got the... Okay, so we turned Shelton and Ric Flair into a storyline. So that's now given us the hot storylines. We're good to go now. We should be getting some better ratings, hopefully now. It's all happening, man. We're getting so close to Judgment Day. Oh, man, we're killing it. Should we get over to Heat and Velocity? What do you reckon?
Best shows. My favorites.
Let's do it.
And we're here now with my Velocity in Hawaii. A 58 rated show. We see Chuck Palumbo picking up a win and Spike Dudley. We see Ric Flair. Ric Flair in the back, literally just drinking. Literally, the camera is on him, and Flair is just drinking. He's drinking. He's just drinking. No emotion on Flair. He's drinking.
Well, he did just watch Chuck Palumbo versus Spike Dudley, so fair enough. I'd be drinking too.
I mean, shout out to the cameraman for capturing that footage, man. I can't lie.
I agree.
Then we show a WWE.com exclusive. This would have been probably after SmackDown. And Randy Orton talks about his main event win, and he says, I'm as big as part of Evolution as the rest. People need to stop underestimating me. I'm not just a lackey. I am that guy. I am the future here on SmackDown, pretty much. Maybe another win against Dakota here. And then FBI, more than happy for the Dudleys to vacate those tag team titles. Then we get the Benoit hype video for the next SmackDown main event. And then Chavo in the main event of Velocity defeating Orlando Jordan.
Huge.
What a Velocity. And Ric Flair, I love a beer for you.
Yes, amen. All right, let's get over to Heat. All right, and we're back with Heat. Now, we're just going to run through it pretty quickly. Once again, we're in the Hawaii Convention Center as well. Booker T talks about the lack of respect the crowd give him. They need to watch and learn. That gets 63. Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty defeat Larry Sweeney and The Idol, which is Damien Sandow. That gets 44. Billy Gunn wants a shot at Edge's title on Monday night, 51. Recap of Cena versus Stratus and Christian, that whole feud, 62. Jazz defeats Miss Jackie in 44. Nydia is excited by her opportunity, obviously women's number one contender shot, gets a 44 as well. And then Matt Hardy defeats Stevie Richards in our main event of Heat. That gets a 52. Overall, we get a 54.
Solid.
And yeah, that's pretty much the whole Heat.
It's a beautiful show, bro. I'm lying.
We yeah, like I think this like Heat and Velocity are literally just, hey, let's get a few guys over, let's get a few guys, get a win and whatever else. But yeah, I mean that's it for this episode. I appreciate everyone sticking on. Episode 5 now, BT. We're heading very, very closely to Judgment Day, and I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm keen for Judgment Day. Thank you, everyone who's been supporting the last however many episodes you've been along for this journey, and we're gonna keep going with the save.
Oh yeah.
We've been having fun, and we hope you have enjoyed it as well. Until next time, I'm BT Savage. This is MAXHITMATT. We'll see you on the next episode of TEW IX, the Draft Wars.